Senior health. Here are 5 warning signals that your body needs to see a doctor right now. Especially for seniors over the age of 60. A significant number of individuals believe that substantial health issues are accompanied by obvious symptoms, such as extreme pain, sudden collapse, or a visit to the emergency room. But the reality is that many conditions that pose a threat to one's life do not suddenly manifest themselves. It seems as if they are veiled as regular annoyances or slow changes that they sneak in silently. You have managed to persuade yourself that you are simply getting older. The fact that they are so deadly is precisely because of this. For the purpose of this video, we are going to discuss 5 different warning flags. There are indications that your body may already be giving you, but it is simple to disregard them. But that is something that wiser people of a more advanced age never forget. These are not life-threatening situations, but they are not exciting either. Red signs that, according to medical professionals, you should never ignore. This might be the wake-up call that completely alters everything for you if you have been feeling like something is amiss recently or if something just doesn't feel right in your body. When it comes to taking charge of your health, you don't have to wait for a catastrophe to occur. There are instances when being aware of what you should not disregard can keep you alive for years. The time has come to get started. There is a weight decrease that cannot be explained. It can sound like a blessing to lose a few pounds without making any effort to do so. However, if you are beyond the age of 60, it may be your body's way of notifying you. It is possible that your weight loss is more than just a fluke if it occurs for no apparent cause. With no changes in food or an increase in physical activity, the fact that your body is burning up its energy reserves to battle something that you may not even feel yet is frequently an indication that it is under stress. In older adults, unexpected weight loss is frequently linked to underlying illnesses such as thyroid dysfunction, digestive difficulties, or even early-stage cancer. According to medical professionals who advise against the phenomenon, considering that this symptom does not produce any discomfort, it is one of the reasons why it is overlooked. You might begin to feel lighter. Better-fitting garments are yours. Even your friends might give you a compliment. However, that is the snare. While you are putting on a happy front when you look at the scale, your body may be wasting away muscle, impairing your immunological function, or reacting to a metabolic imbalance. Consider the case of David, a retired postman who is 74 years old. During the course of 3 months, he lost 10 pounds. There will be no new fitness routine or diet. Initially, he was pleased with it. Then, however, the exhaustion set in. After that, the coughing started. The only reason his doctor was able to diagnose him with a form of lung cancer that was treatable by the time he walked in was because he finally took action on what his body had been trying to tell him throughout the years. When it comes to people's mental health, this is when denial gets deadly. Weight loss is frequently associated with success or health in our minds. In contrast, at a certain age, weight loss that occurs for no apparent reason is not a reward. This is a good reason to inquire about it. Make sure you don't assume it's safe. Irregular weight loss, particularly if it exceeds 5% of your body weight and occurs over a period of 6 to 12 months, warrants further investigation. The energy that your body expends is not wasted for no cause. Persistent weariness is the second sign. We all experience exhaustion. Well, that's simply the way life is. However, there is a type of fatigue that goes beyond the simple requirement to take a nap. Moreover, it is frequently your body's silent plea for assistance. When it comes to senior citizens, one of the most frequently ignored medical warning signs is fatigue that persists regardless of how much rest they get. It is not always the case that being out of shape or not getting enough sleep is the cause. When you are experiencing this kind of exhaustion, even the smallest of tasks, such as combing your hair or preparing breakfast, can feel like you are lifting bricks. A persistent infection, anemia, heart disease, diabetes, depression, or even depression can all be symptoms of this condition. Here comes the challenging part. Many people in their later years attribute it to the natural process of aging. However, Just because you are getting older does not mean that you should always feel exhausted. It is important to differentiate between experiencing natural fatigue and experiencing anything that causes your limbs to feel heavy, your brain to feel hazy, or your mood to become dull. It is not a characteristic of the individual's personality when exhaustion becomes a problem in their day-to-day life. Judy is 68 years old. Let's chat about her. She enjoyed taking care of her garden and going on walks with her dog. In the spring of that year, she started skipping walks, disregarding the weeds, and blaming everything on the fact that she was just getting older. After several months had passed, she was presented with a diagnosis of congestive heart failure after she had collapsed in her kitchen. Her exhaustion had been the only genuine warning she had received, but it had been loud in an otherwise quiet manner. A toll is also taken on an emotional level by fatigue. You will withdraw as a result. You stop engaging in social activities. Sometimes, you decline invitations. In addition, the danger is simply increased by the seclusion. Your physical body and spirit are intertwined. The tendency is for the other to fade after the first one. I would appreciate it if you could use the second comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Let's proceed with our plans now. Sign number 3 is a sudden loss of weight without any effort. It is possible to experience a weight loss that is a pleasant sensation, such as when you have been eating healthier and walking more, and you have noticed that your jeans are becoming looser. On the other hand, there is the kind that stealthily approaches you. You didn't anticipate them, you didn't want them, and you didn't even see them until someone else brought them to your attention. The unintended loss of weight is a major cause for concern for people of advanced age. It is time to pay attention if you have lost more than 5% of your body weight in a few months without restricting your diet or increasing the amount of physical activity you do. The weight loss that occurs in your body is not a random occurrence. A response is being given to anything, which could be a concealed infection, thyroid problems, diabetes, or even an early stage of cancer. And further indication is that your body could not be absorbing nutrients as well as it should be. Malabsorption problems are more prevalent as people get older, and they frequently go unnoticed by medical professionals. It's possible that you are feeling well, with only a slight decrease in hunger and a slight increase in fatigue. Nonetheless, your body may be starved for the building blocks it needs to maintain its strength. Give me a moment to tell you about Harold. At the age of 74, he was still alert and energetic, but his belt was constantly in need of new holes. In his mind, it was nothing more than becoming older. The doctors, however, discovered a tumor in the gastrointestinal tract that had been quietly interfering with the body's ability to absorb nutrients for more than a year after she had undergone a normal checkup. During the time that he was still going about his daily activities, his physique had been deteriorating. This method of weight loss is also associated with significant psychological risks. In many cases, it results in the loss of muscular mass, weakness, and fragility. Additionally, this downward cycle raises the probability of experiencing falls, hospitalizations, and a general decrease, but if discovered in its early stages, it can be avoided. Therefore, if you are finding that your clothes are fitting differently, that your appetite is decreasing, or that your friends are telling you that you seem slimmer, you should not dismiss these things. Your body is sending a warning signal, and it is hoping that you would pause and pay attention to it. The fourth sign is a tightness in the chest that comes and goes. I am aware that chest pain may appear to be a warning sign that appears to be self-evident. Nevertheless, the kind of danger that we see in movies is not always the sharp and dramatic kind. Sometimes it's a slight pressure that comes and goes, a tightness while you're walking to the mailbox, a strange burning feeling that you consider to be indigestion, or even a little ache in your jaw or shoulder that just feels unusual. All of these symptoms might be caused by a variety of factors. Many people are unaware of the fact that older folks can experience symptoms related to their heart. Always appear in a manner that is disguised, rather of experiencing full-blown pain. A cardiac problem may manifest itself as symptoms such as weariness, nausea, or shortness of breath, particularly in women over the age of 65. This is the reason why so many heart attacks that occur in elderly people go unreported or are discovered only after it is too late to treat them. I'd like to inform you about Margaret to you. She was 68 years old and quite active. She practiced yoga a week and had a passion for gardening. During the process of plucking weeds, she suddenly became aware of a tightness in her chest. However, I believe that it was simply muscle tension. They didn't find out about it until her daughter requested that she get a checkup so that they could confirm it. In her coronary arteries, she had a substantial and considerable blockage. For a number of months, her body had been muttering, but she had been unable to understand what it was saying. When it comes to our mental health, we frequently avoid admitting signs such as these, because they are frightening. Denial might be a method of coping with the situation. It's highly unlikely that anything will ever become a pleasurable story. However, each time we choose to disregard the signs that our bodies send us, we increase the distance between a situation that could have been avoided and a medical emergency. What should we learn from this? Do not simply search for discomfort. You should be on the lookout for any patterns. Discomfort with light exertion, persistent pressure, inexplicable exhaustion, or weird feelings in your upper body. Those are the cues you seek. There's a possibility that your heart is whispering. Ensure that you are paying attention. I would appreciate it if you could use the 4th comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Let's proceed with our plans now. Wounds or bruises that arise out of nowhere and take a long time to recover comprise the 5th sign. There are moments when your body communicates with you in a subtle manner. Not through discomfort or lightheadedness, but rather through something that you observe in the mirror. There is a bruise that you do not recall acquiring. A minor wound that does not appear to be healing for some reason. A scab that reopens several weeks after it had initially closed. There is more to these than just a minor irritation. They have the potential to be warning signs. It is possible that your circulation is affected if wounds heal slowly, particularly in your legs, feet, or hands. This is what happens when wounds heal slowly. Either your immune system is not functioning as well as it should be, or your blood is not transporting nutrients as effectively as it should be. Occasionally, it is indicative of diabetes that has not been diagnosed. This may be an indication of vascular disease or a decline in organ function in some individuals. Either way, it indicates that your body is having difficulty doing a certain task. In the past, it was really easy to handle. I would want to tell you about a man named Donald. Despite the fact that he was 73 years old, he discovered that he had minor scrapes on his arms as a result of working in the yard. His skin was especially prone to bleeding, and the areas remained purple for several weeks. He didn't go in and get tested until a neighbor talked about something that was like to what he was experiencing. According to the findings, his kidneys were deteriorating, which had an impact on the way his blood was clotting and filtering pollutants. Not only were the bruises not random, but they were also messages. Many people who are older tend to disregard these as a natural part of the aging process. However, those who are smart know to inquire as to why. Why is it taking so much time for this to heal? What causes my skin to become so easily blemished? What is the reason that I am seeing places where I do not remember colliding with anything? Skin is the largest organ in the body, and it frequently provides early warning signs of problems that are occurring on the inside. There is a good likelihood that your inner systems are also slow to heal if your outer layer is slow to recover. At this very moment, you should consult with your physician. That is not after observing and pondering for several months. Make sure you don't disregard the changes that occur in your body. Take note of it, since noting it could be the thing that saves you. Lastly, some thoughts. There are occasions when an acute pain or a visible injury is not the only thing that indicates that anything is amiss. It's the things that are quiet. Tiredness that does not go away. A numbness that sneaks up on you. The changes that occur in your skin. Appetite or weight that, at first glance, appears to be very insignificant but, with time, becomes significant. These symptoms are not only the natural course of aging. These utterances are your body's way of pleading with you to pay attention. It is not fear that is the most important thing to take away from this video. Awareness is the key. Elderly people who are wise do not become overly anxious about every change. But they also do not ignore them. They pause for a moment. In doing so, and when they sense that something is not quite right, they take action. Your physical form has been a part of you for many years. It has the ability to notify you when it requires assistance. When you recognize these warning signs at an early stage, you give yourself the opportunity to maintain your strength. More time. Do not wait for the alarm bells to sound loudly before taking action. Keep an eye out for the details. Believe in your gut instinct. And don't be afraid to speak up, even if it seems insignificant. Because there are occasions when a single discussion with a physician can completely transform everything. We appreciate you being here with us today. It would be wonderful if you could get in touch with us. Please leave a comment below and tell us about one item you discovered today and how you intend to put it to use in your life right now. We place a high value on your opinions, so please do not be reluctant to share them with us. Our inspiration and encouragement are greatly increased as a result of reading your remarks. I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it to be informative and enjoyable. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope to see you in the future video.